Randy Blaukat disqualified from the Toyota series? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. If you're new, my name is Steve Chapman. Randy Blaukat was disqualified from the Toyota series where he was having one of his better events. Now, I want to make it very clear up front. This is a hard video for me to make, but he did break a rule because I really respect Randy. I know it sounds weird. I have taken a lot of things that he has told me to heart on how to get better in my mental approach. I appreciate it. And I find Randy to be very honest and truthful and respectable. And I give him credit for being transparent and upfront about this exact issue. Because there are too many people that have been disqualified this year that just zip it. They don't say a word. They don't give their opinion. They don't tell what happened. In this case, you can go to Randy's YouTube channel and you can hear the story directly from him. And I'll put a link in the description below so you can see that whole video. Now, this is one of the weirdest and craziest disqualifications that I've ever heard of. And to start, anglers should know all of the rules. And Randy accepted the responsibility of this one. Now, Randy explains that he came in after day 2 and he was having a problem with the tire and he weighed in early to go get his tire fixed. Now, the top 25 have another meeting and Randy was late for that meeting and they went over this rule. Now, the rule says anglers eliminated after each round of competition are considered non-contestants. Contestants in the top 25 cut after the close of the weigh-ins, day 2, may not solicit or receive information about location or catching fish on tournament waters from anyone except other top 25 contestants through publicly available sources. Co-anglers who share a pro partner's fishing locations with another contestant will be disqualified, along with the contestant requesting and or using the information. That's a tough rule, and that's the one that Randy broke. He got out of the top 25 meeting and talked to someone that he obviously shares information with, someone that's a close friend, someone that's a confidant with him. And these anglers talk before, during, and after the tournament. And that's why this is a tough one, because I can see getting out of there, seeing your friend who you've shared information with, who you have confided with on what's going on and what isn't going on, and just talking fishing. And then out of nowhere realizing, oh my gosh, he was a competitor or a contestant beforehand, but now that he's been cut, he isn't. And I'm not sure this rule shouldn't be looked at a little bit more, should be broadened up, because a competitor on day 1 is technically a competitor on day 3. They might not make it, but imagine sharing a house with someone or an Airbnb or whatever it is with another angler, and that angler makes the top 25 and the other one doesn't. You both are coming home. You're both going to talk about how your day went. How many people have broken that rule that probably didn't know about it? Or does an angler just have to become a hermit and just not talk to anyone after every tournament? Now, the tournament director went to Randy after he had heard it. Whoever turned him in and went to Randy and they talked. And Randy admitted, yes, I did do this. He didn't fight it. He just said, I was wrong. And that's the kind of respect and honor and truth that comes out of Randy. You might agree or disagree with his stances and forward-facing sonar. It's all right. You're allowed to. We're all allowed to. But you have to give the man credit for being just truthful and transparent and admitting when he did wrong, admitting that he didn't know this rule. And that's the first problem. And there are going to be a lot of people that come up and say a lot of things negative about Randy because they don't like his stance on forward-facing sonar. And you're right to have that opinion. But you have to also be very respectable and appreciate on what he's done, not only in his career, but what he's done right now, and his stance on how he feels and what he thinks the future of fishing is. And I appreciate that immensely. Like I said, I've taken a lot of things that he has said to me personally here recently about my mental health, and I've taken them to heart because I believe he has a great heart and he is a good person. And it stinks that this happened to him, but it is a rule, and a rule's a rule. And you have to know the rules if you're going to be in this game. It's always fun to do videos and the battery die in the middle of them. Now, knowing the rules is crucial. If you're going to be in this game, you need to know all the rules and you need to follow them as much as possible. Now, he didn't get a polygraph because he admitted wrongdoing and was disqualified. But this is a real tough one. This is, in my opinion, the toughest way of this rule. And I think this rule is already hard to enforce, but in this case, I'm not really sure if there shouldn't have been some sort of leeway. Or, well, it's just my opinion. I think that a contestant that started day 1 is still a contestant day 3. And I can see both sides of it because did he get help? Did he not? We don't know. But they disqualified him from day 3. And he was having a great tournament. He really was. And I really appreciate his honesty and his transparency. And I know he'll bounce back from this. He bounces back from a lot. Randy is a tough man. But what do you think? Fair? Unfair? Do you also think the anglers should know every rule, the ins and outs, so that this kind of thing doesn't happen? Do you think it's happened in the past and probably nobody knew about it or it wasn't reported? Because I could see this happening almost at every tournament, to be honest. But that's just me. But I'd love to know your comments, so comment below and tell me what you think. Thanks to all the new subscribers and members and everyone who's interacted on the channel. I really do appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who's checks in on me and just is wonderful. I really do appreciate it. But if you're not a subscriber, you should be. It's quick, easy, and free. All you gotta do is hit that subscribe button, hit that like button too, and also hit that notification bell so you know when the next video drops. And as always, take a kid fishing, tight lines, cheers, and get your fish on.